problem. It's just Thursday, the day of the week where you confidently tell yourself, the week is almost over.
And the month is over.
As in officially?
Well, yeah. Today.
Officially today.
In about 24 hours. It's going to be all over. January is going to be all over, and then
Yes,
we'll be in February. The year is moving really fast. Have you noticed?
So the question is, what have you achieved this January? Apart from lamenting and complaining about, being very rich in your pocket. Make sure you love yourself a bit today. You made it all the way to the end of January.
Yeah, we especially love our Thursday mornings on Wake Up Nigeria, because if you're a lover of the arts, then this is the show for you.
Yes,
it's going to be really special.
Thursdays are always great.
Yeah.
Now, you're welcome to another edition of Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Titilayo Onyinson.
And I'm Yomi Owope. It's Nobody Magic Day.
What? Really?
Here on the show. I'm just...
Yomi went there. Nice.
No, wait, now. It's just,
so, Nobody Magic Day is that day that we ladies just let it all hang out.
Yeah,
But that was yesterday.
Oh, right.
You got it wrong.
Okay, I got it wrong. I thought, yeah.
So there is body magic today. Look at it. Check it out. Yeah. But just in case you're wondering where else you can watch us, please, we're streaming online at tvcontinental.tv and on Facebook. I can't believe I just said I'm wearing body magic on TV. Yomi, why?
I didn't say it. I just said it like a general comment, like maybe it's a global, body magic day, something like that. Yeah. But anyway, if you want to participate on the show, use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes,
it's going to be a very, very great show today.
It is. Now, hopefully, in a few minutes, we'll have our chef show up in the kitchen, but I know there's probably a bit of traffic out there. We're expecting our chef in just a bit,
All
right,
I'm seeing is and some coffee. And
yeah, well, actually, it's not coffee. It's ginger tea.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Trying to work on this figure.
is always getting all fancy.
Yeah.
Ginger tea.
What?
It was just ginger tea for me.
Man, yeah, so hopefully our chef will join us in a bit. But talking about January was quite different for me, actually. Contrary to what a lot of people think, I had a fantastic January. My January was awesome. I had money. I had plenty of money.
Wow.
Guys, I made money in January.
Wow.
That's good to hear.
I'm serious. I ain't joking.
It's funny that you're saying it now. Because when other people needed money.
Where were you?
So, you know what? So something happened yesterday. Someone came and was like, oh, he needed money so badly. And I had money in my purse. And I didn't know if I was to give him or not.
Why?
But... Well, I don't know. I'm like, you just never know what could happen in the next couple of hours. So I'd rather just hang on.
All right, so let's go straight to this morning's highlights.
Yes, indeed.
Now, they say Africans do not read. And people like our first guest this morning make you wonder where they came from. Blessing Okwofu is a chartered accountant and an internal auditor. But guess what? We are having her on the show today for her commendable reading habits. We'll tell you why.
Yes, indeed. Now, did you know that for your online business in Nigeria to thrive, there are certain things that you need to do, certain rules you need to follow. So, hey, stay tuned for our tech segment. Our tech segment today is going to be Mike's going to be having a discussion with David on how to make sure you include all those things you need in your online business.
Yeah, and from that, we'll be moving on to a live musical performance here on the show from Abe and the Awesome Band. That looks like some weekend vibe there.
Yes, indeed.
Looks like some weekend flow happening with Abby and the Awesome Band.
Now, Thursdays are for book chats. Now, our book for this week is The Men That Couldn't Love Me. And some Flower Boys too. M. Chidi Okorie is going to be in the studio having a discussion with us on that book.
Yeah, of course, we'll also be displaying some artworks from Idowu Shonaya, who's a sculptor.
That's actually an art that I would really love to try, sculpting. Looks like a lot of hard work. Then our second guest for today is Nollywood actor
Arinze Okonkwo.
Arinze Okonkwo. Okonkwo or Okonkwo?
Okonkwo.
Okay, well, we will have him in the studio very soon.
Darling, I'm so sorry.
What time is it by your watch?
Joe showed up late.
Oh, wait. When did Joe become a shareholder in this company?
Well, he's my personal assistant.
Your personal assistant, my foot. Look, all this madness has to stop, and it must stop now.
What is this? Jealousy or what?
I have no reason to be jealous, woman.
Then what is it?
It's about us. It's about this company. Look, our business time cannot be the same time for pleasures and frivolities. That wasn't the MOU we both had, remember?
Ooh. Oh. All right, guys, I'm sorry, but I just got to take you back to the sculpting thingy, because it actually reminds me of the movie Ghosts.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
With
Okay.
Patrick Swayze?
Yeah, Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore. Oh, remember that part where she was sculpting?
Yeah.
And then he held her hand. Oh, that was I can't forget that scene.
She's already entering the Valentine, the Valentine move.
So the fact that you have to use your hands to massage the clay is a very odd,
sensual way.
Yeah, well, I didn't want to use that
really
word.
nice.
It's a lot of hard work. It just looks easy.
Easy, but it is, yeah.
But it's a lot of hard work.
It's actually very easy.
Really?
I remember the story. I think it was Da Vinci. I'm not very sure.
Okay.
But he said I have told one or two of you before. He was on a plane, and the lady by the side, the great artist, can you do a picture of me, a drawing of me? And he took it, okay. And in 2 minutes, he was done with something exquisite. And she was like, wow, how much did you charge? She said, $30,000. And she's like, for just 2 minutes, how can I pay you $30,000 for 2 minutes? He said, well, yes, I'm very good at it. It's very easy for me, actually. But you're paying 30,000 naira for 10 years. I spent learning how to do this in 2 minutes.
Wow. So you're paying for the 10 years I used to learn. So wait.
Exactly, yeah. I mean.
So it's actually...
in many different areas, industries, it's kind of the same thing. You know, so you call an artist to come and do an 8-bar skit on your song, and you're like, $100,000, wow.
Exactly. Also, when I tell you my charge is just 2 million, but you get no shout why.
Yes, so.
Yes, you know how we do it on Thursday morning. Yeah, my name is Benfit and I have Wale and Heno here. We are going to do some cardio exercise this morning. So if you are watching, we're doing 4 different cardio exercises. Don't sit down. Wake up with us because it's Wake Up Nigeria. Are you guys ready to warm up? Let's do some jumping jack. Come on. Good. Keep moving. Yeah, warm up is very, very, very important. Come on. Go.
Workout
Yes.
music source.
That's it. Oh.
Get ready for
I like
Tabata
this.
1.
Okay. That's it. Are you ready? Yep. That's good. Yes. I think we're doing some butter cardio. Oh,
5,
that's good.
4,
Are you ready?
3,
Suicide.
2,
We're doing some suicide.
1.
Who's ready?
Work.
Go. Woo. Hoo-ra-ha-ta. Come on. Go. Move it. Go. Good job. Hop. You see? And hop. Good job. Hop. And hop. Come on. Hop. Take it back.
3,
Hop.
2,
Good job.
1.
And stop.
Rest.
You got it?
Cycle 1
Yes,
complete.
relaxing. Are you ready for the next one? Woo! It's called what? Okay, skate. Are you guys ready? Yep.
Prepare and work.
Come on. Focus. That's it. Let's go. Come on, keep pushing. Go. That's it. Woo! Come on. Woohoo! Wale, how you doing? I'm ready. This is so good, man.
Rest.
Rest it.
Cycle 2.
Oh my God. I told you it's cardio. Are you ready for the next one? Key down. Yes, key down.
Prepare and work.
Keep moving. Oh, come on. Woo! Yeah. You have to keep breathing. Come on. Yeah. Let's go. This exercise requires some endurance. Woo!
2, 1.
And relax it.
Rest.
Oh.
Cycle 3.
Good job. Are you ready? Yep. Who's ready for cycle 4? High knees. 5. Ready?
Prepare
Shake it.
and work.
1, 2, 3. Woo. 1, 2, 3. Woo. 1, 2, 3. Woo. Woo. You have to move your hands. Come on. Here. Good stuff. Woo.
3,
rest.
1.
Good job.
Rest.
Let's just take
Cycle
a recap.
4
Are you
complete.
guys ready? Yeah. 4, 5. Relax it. Keep breathing. Are you ready?
Prepare
Position.
and
And go.
work.
Whew. 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 Whew.
3, 2,
Rest.
1.
Rest.
Rest.
You can
Cycle
do this in your
5.
living room. You know that. Let's go. The next cycle. Good to go. Position.
Prepare
Stretches.
and
And
work.
go. Woo! Hi! Hi! Come on! Come on! Keep going! Woo! Yeah! Come on! Keep moving! Let's go! Yes! That's what we're talking about! Let's do this!
Rest.
Rest
Cycle
it.
6 complete.
Cycle 6! We have 2 more cycles to go! Let's keep down, man. Who's ready to skip? Down, man.
Prepare and work.
Step out here. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Let's go, guys.
Three, two,
Rest it.
1.
Cycle
Rest.
7.
Cycle 7
Grab one more
complete.
cycle. The master. High heels. Are you good to go? Yep. 5. Let's wait for it, guys.
Prepare
And-
and work.
Woo! 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 Yeah! You know how we do it. When these guys are doing this exercise, it's kind of very intense. But each time you see us working out or wake up Nigeria, stand up, challenge yourself, and trust me, it's going to pay off. While we are cooling down, we're going to take you back to the studio for some food. I want food. Okay, guys, let's go. Woo.
All right, now that we have worked those muscles, it's time for us to fuel them with food. And this morning in the kitchen with me is Chef Ayola of AY Subs. Hello. Hello.
Good morning.
Sally.
Good morning. Good morning.
All right, so this morning she's making spaghetti or pasta, as some of us might call it, with seafood fish sauce.
Stir fry, yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah,
It's sort of
seafood
stir fry.
sauce.
Yes. Sauce, stir fry, yes.
Stir fry sauce,
Yeah.
seafood.
Yeah.
Well, it's a combination of seafood, stir fry sauce. So, and on your screen, there are the ingredients. But let's run through the ingredients quickly.
Okay.
So,
Like you said, everyone knows how to spoil spaghetti.
yeah.
So I'm making spaghetti, but I'm going to basically change it from your white spaghetti and just put a bit of turmeric and give it a bit of flavor.
Okay.
Different vibe.
So we
And
have
then-
our turmeric here and oregano.
Yes.
All
You
right.
know, that's my baby. I don't mess with oregano. Like, it just brings everything.
Okay. And then what else are we working with?
And then we're working with fishes, but there are 2 different types of fishes. And you know how I mentioned that we spoke about this
Yeah,
before. I'm not
yeah.
sure if this would qualify as seafood, but like just to lift it up a bit, we're using a snail as well.
So we're using snails. We're using different. You know, I never understand what this fish is.
Hake.
Oh, it's
I
the
used that with
hake.
you the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's hake. Oh, okay. I always forget what it is. I don't know, because I don't know. I'm so used to Titus. If it's not mackerel or, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So you
That's
don't
my
eat
favorite
croaker?
part. No.
Don't eat catfish.
Yeah, I do eat catfish. Only the head. Yeah. Anyways, back to the kitchen. Enough of our preferences
Yes.
when it comes to seafood. Yes, so right now water is boiling and we're just going to toss the spaghetti in a bit.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
want to chop up the vegetables in long strips and then start to basically just fry it until it kind of like dries up, if that makes any sense. Because I'll use a bit of puree to lift up. I don't have any fresh chilies because I don't want it to be too spicy.
Okay.
So what I've done is I have blended chilies. So I add it and just give it a bit of a kick
So
towards
we're
the
going
end
to
of
stir
it.
fry our pepper here.
Onions,
with,
tomatoes.
Okay,
And with a bit of tomato puree.
okay.
With, you know how you fry your normal stew now, like they call it obedindin, like the Yoruba fried sauce. I'm going to try and do that, but with long vegetables. Let's see how it turns out. I really don't know what I'm doing. We'll figure it out.
But apparently it's a very easy recipe. You could try this out
Always.
as we are
Very basic.
walking out of January into February.
And you love it. You love it, especially the spaghetti. Because I'm going to do something different. I told you, right?
Yeah.
So I'm doing this.
Yeah, add in a little bit of turmeric to it. to
No,
give
that's
it
the first
color.
one. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to crush some, should I say sardines? Is that what they're called? Or do they have a different name? Small?
Mackerels,
canned,
yeah. We're going to crush some
and then
tiny
do a
little bit
different type of
yeah, mackerels
spaghetti
into
as
it.
well.
All right, we'll have to go on a break now. There's so much more on the show. Stay with us. Yeah.
Welcome back. Now, this is a conversation I've been looking forward to for quite a bit. We have in the studio someone very interesting. Now, it might interest you to know this young lady called Blessing. Now, Blessing is a chartered accountant. She's also an internal auditor, and she has 9 years of professional experience across various sectors. But we had to have her in the studio because it came to our attention that she goes through an average of 135 books every year, meaning that she reads 135 books minimum every year. Yes, you heard me right. And her interests in reading are varied. She goes from fiction to African literature to history, biographies. We just had to have you come and talk to us in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
All right, so first of all, you do look like a bookworm.
Because of the glasses.
Yes,
right?
the glasses.
Yeah, I know.
But then you're an accountant, you know, accounting is numbers and all that, and then you have a major interest in literature. Why didn't you go down that career path?
Oh, well, the interest in literature is not academic for me. It's,
okay.
You know, it's what I do to relax.
Okay.
Yeah, so studying literature is not what I'm interested in. Accounting, auditing is, I would say, my calling.
All right.
But I love reading. I love books.
All right, so it's interesting, you know, someone watching now that's probably in the banking sector is wondering, yeah, I never really used to read. That's why I went into, you know, banking, you know, that kind of thing. And reading books for me is one of the joys of my life. I have thousands of books myself. And when I say thousands, I'm actually not joking on the number. But that's me. 135 books. How do you get through them? Is it a challenge to get through all those books?
No, it's not a challenge.
Okay.
I tell people that the same way, you know, you watch a movie, you know, the same way you do certain recreational activities, that's what reading is to me. Now, where I challenge myself is to read non-fiction,
okay,
you know, and academic books.
Okay.
That's where I say, okay, I have to go the extra mile, you know, to actually go ahead and learn something different, you know, learn something specific, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
You know, but it's reading is not a challenge for me.
All right, so I'm trying to think about this. So in a year, we have 365 days and 135 books. Now, you're the accountant. Can you calculate an average of, okay, one book every what?
Every 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days?
Yes.
You finish one book?
Yes.
That's incredible, I have to say.
Yes, I read very fast, actually.
So the question everybody's thinking about now is, so where do you find the time?
You know, you always find time for things you love, but I think majorly there are moments where you can always take time to quickly read a book. You know, you go for lunch, for example. So at lunch, you can knit and read at the same time.
Wow.
You know, just before going to bed, maybe if you have a driver and you can read in traffic, you know, that you go somewhere, you're waiting for someone to attend to you.
Yeah.
So times like that.
I need to pinpoint some of your favorite books and authors now. So I have many favorites, but by hearing your list of favorite authors, maybe I'll know how your mind works as a reader. So can you list your top 5?
Top 5, okay. It's a bit difficult, but okay, let me go with Sidney Sheldon.
Okay.
Say Jeffrey Archer.
All right.
John Grisham. Chimamanda Adichie.
Okay.
Who would I say the 5th person? Let's say Dan Brown.
Dan Brown. Okay, so there were a lot of men in there, except for Chimamanda.
Oh, well, books are not, when I'm reading books, it's not about
calm down.
male
There's
or
a reason
female.
why. There's a reason why I'm pinpointing the fact that they're male authors, because a lot of the female authors, the Nora Roberts, Fern Michaels, who else do we have? Marianne Keyes. We have Sophia Kinsella.
I love Sophia Kinsella.
Sophia Kinsella. Yeah. All of them, those females. So I was thinking maybe you were relating with those authors. and the way they write. But Sidney Sheldon, Dan Brown is kind of a very mysterious guy.
Yeah.
Grisham is all about the law and everything. So I'm trying to figure out, you know, what you get from those books. Could you tell me?
Okay, so like you mentioned some female authors. You realize that most of them write more of romance. Yeah, I like romance too, but not so much. I think I like, you know, I like suspense.
Okay.
I like thrillers.
Okay.
So you see that the way those guys I mentioned write, you know, it's always full of suspense, thrilling. You know, those are the kind of books that typically interest me. Yeah.
If I was to compare you to someone who is a movie buff now, I would be comparing you to someone who likes to watch Jason Bourne, you know, or Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you like you like action movies in books.
Yeah, I suppose.
Am I getting that right?
Yes. Yes.
So do you think you're ever okay? Have you ever had that feeling that you're going to stop reading one day? Did you ever just get tired of it?
No.
Never.
Definitely not.
Never.
No.
All right. So the next question now is going to make me seem like a non-feminist. But are you married?
Yes, I'm married to a wonderful man.
Are you serious?
Yes, and I have 2 beautiful girls.
Wait, so you're married and you have kids and you still have time to read? Ha!
Yes.
I'm inspired. Oh, yeah. I'm officially inspired. Okay, I have to go back to my reading now. But so what's the target for this year, for 2019? How many books do you want to read?
Okay, so this year I started an MBA program this year.
Okay.
So I know, you know, I still have work, I still have family duties. So I know when it comes to fiction and non-fiction, like the non-academic books, I foresee a drastic reduction in that because I'm going to read more of my MBA books.
Yeah.
So maybe 50.
All right, 50.
Yes, because
Even
I've read
with your MBA.
Because I've read 10 books already this year.
You've read 10 books in January.
Yes.
I don't like you again. In fact, come and be going. Okay, but really, well done on this. I'm hoping you're learning from these books as well, though.
Oh, yes, definitely. You know, I tell people that, for example, I've not been to the US, but I can tell you some things about the United States because of, you know, so many books I've read. I can tell you some cities, I can tell you what happens, I can tell you where some things are located, I can tell you the culture of certain areas, you know, just because I read. So, you know, when you read, you travel to places you've never been, and reading, you know, you can also imagine what you're reading. So reading is beneficial. You know, it also helps you think better. You know, you have different ideas, you come across different things in books. So definitely you learn a lot from even reading fiction. You learn from it.
So there's a young mom out there watching you right now. What advice would you give her?
Okay, I would say as a mother, you know, you're responsible for bringing up children, you know, and it's a very good opportunity for you to build that reading culture in them.
Okay.
So you have to start with building that reading culture yourself because they will learn from you, you know, and then also start reading with them. I read too, and with my daughter, even though now she's more interested in pointing out the colors to me. But still, we are reading, you know, so that's how you start.
I have to, at this point, wrap this up, but I have to say a big, big thank you to you for coming to the studio. Keep up the good reading.
Thank you.
And really, you've inspired me. It takes a while before I get floored by something like, wow, 10 books already in January. What next? Okay, so it's been fun having this conversation. Yeah. I'll be watching out for, you know, some ways to improve on my own reading culture as well. It's time for us to keep the show going, though. Mike is right there on standby to take this away.
All right, I've read 2 actually this year. I don't think I'm done with the second one, but I'm gingered. I'll read more. Okay, it's tech this morning and making his debut this year. Happy New Year. We have Dave in the house. You're welcome, Dave.
It's nice to be here.
It's great to have you.
Nice
right, we're talking about online businesses in Nigeria and critical success factors, considering that a number of e-commerce websites are shutting down in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
So online business, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
So first of all, we know that depends on wherever you are, each particular area has its own different challenges.
Yeah.
Running an online business in Nigeria is quite a major challenge.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about it. What is unique to Nigeria's business space or tech space when it comes to online businesses?
In the last few weeks, we've had quite a number of e-commerce sites shutting down. The first 20 days of this year, we had about 3 of them shutting down. And I'm talking about big guys, not just some websites. So we're in a very trying time in Nigeria, and this is not, it's peculiar to us. And so what could be the reason?
Yeah, well, why so?
Quite a number of factors will be responsible for that. The first that will come to mind is, of course, infrastructure. You need good infrastructure to support the e-commerce space. And we don't really have that right now.
Tech infrastructure or physical infrastructure?
Physical infrastructure, especially around logistics. They're too expensive. And so running an e-commerce with that could be very difficult. And so you see a whole lot of people just have to go, not being able to cope. The second thing is, of course, the purchasing power of the public. When last did you buy something online, really? I mean...
don't ask about me. You know, when last did I get something? Have I got something this year? No. No, but I know at the end of last year, I was actually planning to get something last week. Yeah, but it was as a result of something that was returned from the last time I got something. But I know people that have gotten...
Yeah, but then the purchasing power is dropping.
I think, you know what, when it comes to a lot of people, the online businesses or the tech part, is that people don't tend to trust these businesses.
So trust issue.
So they would rather buy physically.
Trust issue is a major problem when it comes to e-commerce. I wonder why that is. A lot of people say it's because I order for one thing, I get something else. But you see, you can't say that categorically, because we also have, you know, the ignorance of the buying public. So you want to buy maybe a shoe online. You need to be specific about the size. You need to be specific about the color. You need to be specific about a whole lot of things. There's so many things that are attached to just buying a shoe. It's not just...
There's what I ordered versus what I got. There are times that you order something and then you get something different.
Yeah.
That's also a major challenge. That's coming from the people who run these e-commerce sites.
E-commerce thing, but then I'm saying it's not entirely the fault of the sellers in some cases.
Okay.
All right. But I agree with you. There are some cases that are just
extreme.
I mean, how do you explain it?
Out of it.
You know, you ask for something and they bring something else. We know. I've seen that thread also on Twitter, what I ordered and what I got. You
exactly.
know? So, but then we also need the buyer's education, kind of, so that people will know how to order correctly and how to order from a particular seller. It's not all the sellers that you have that are really selling, you know, what they should be selling.
What they should be selling.
So you need to watch out for some sellers and know how to avoid them. For instance, you need to know what's the review of this seller.
Of this
you
product.
know, how many products have this person sold? You know, and then what's the review? What's the comment that people are making about this particular product, this particular seller? So you see somebody selling shoes, and it's been patronized by one person, and even the person is given a 3-star. And then you go and order maybe 2, 3, 4 from that person.
Now, so this is protection for the consumer.
Absolutely.
For the e-commerce sites and all that, is there anything, what preventive measures can they take to ensure that business online stays or booms? Is there anything that they can do now?
Well, I'll suggest you go into a niche market where you are not just selling everything. And that is why you see all the young ladies and young guys who are specific about a particular product. They're focused on a product. You see these young people, you know, breaking even. And so if you don't have that much cash, even if you have the cash or you have all the investment in the world, you have an angel investor somewhere, you know, bankrolling you, I'll still advise for you to be successful in this environment, you go into a niche market. So you just want to sell this your lovely leather jacket, for instance, and that's all I'm selling. So anybody that wants to buy a lovely jacket knows where to go.
Well, everybody's talking about diversification and saying that, look, I need to create multiple streams or multiple avenues to make money. So it's something that doesn't appeal to us so much. Just that niche marketing in that regard.
Well, that's probably why a lot of e-commerce platforms are failing. All right.
Wow.
But if you need to succeed in this environment, you need to take care of just a particular field. That is one. And then you need to also build trust over a long period of time. Make sure that when your customer is not satisfied, you do everything possible to satisfy that customer. It's very key. E-commerce is built on trust. Once that is lost, everything is gone.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. It was great having you on this discussion.
Nice to be back.
And I hope to be able to learn something there. And that's all we can take on tech this morning. Man, what's happening there? You guys ready in the kitchen? But hey, There's wonderful stuff going on there, but just before we get to that kitchen, there's snail there. I'm extremely interested. We'll take this short recess and we'll be back to show you what's up in the kitchen.
Welcome back to the show. It's Wake Up Nigeria, and of course I'm here with Chef Ayola of AY Subs. I know she's trying to be annoying this morning, but I'm here to accommodate her and tolerate her.
Wow.
Just kidding, guys. All right, so we're making spaghetti and seafood stir fry. Yeah, finally got that right. Even Ayola herself couldn't figure out what exactly she wanted.
Oh, wow.
I caught you there, didn't I? Yes, I did. All right, so on your screen right there are the ingredients. Yeah, so check it out. So our spaghetti, of course, is cooking on the other burner. And right now we are frying up our fish. And the seafood we are making use of this morning are using hake
and mackerel.
And mackerel, yeah.
I mean, you can always use prawns, you can always do crab. There's so much, like, there's mussels.
I miss crab. I miss eating crab. I haven't had crab in a really long time. So if anyone is you're looking to be nice to me.
Do you feel that?
Oh, I did.
You're the splatter.
I hate frying fish. Like, you have no idea. I hate frying fish.
It just shocks you. Comes up from nowhere.
Yeah, so we're just going to fry all of that up, yeah? And then what's next?
Then we start to saute our stir fry. First, throw in the onions, get that to soften a little bit. Then we'll put our peppers, get that to soften, and then tomatoes last because it brings out water. And we don't want the water to make the oil not fried. So I don't use tomatoes for anything first if it involves frying.
Okay.
Yeah? Unless that's the only ingredient I'm using. Because it has a lot of water. Water, oil.
I understand what you're saying.
Okay. But yeah, after that, we throw that in, season it with a bit of salt, a bit of stock cube, and then finish it off and put your fish back in.
Okay.
And we're good to go.
So it's pretty easy to make, obviously. And then we're working something out with our spaghetti, like you mentioned earlier on. So when that cooks, what happens?
We then bring a separate pan.
Okay.
Season, put a bit of oil again. Season it with a bit of turmeric.
Yeah.
A bit of garlic, and then toss some of the spaghetti in. And just give it just a bit more flavor rather than having it bland.
Okay.
You can always throw anything in. If you want to use paprika just to get it to be orange color, do it. If you want curry yellow, do it. Like, it will just change the flavor of the spaghetti.
Curry and turmeric will definitely give the same color you're looking for.
No.
It won't?
No. Turmeric is yellow.
Yeah, curry is what?
Paprika. Did I say curry or paprika?
I said curry and turmeric.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're not paying attention to me, girl. You're not. So yeah, turmeric and curry will definitely give you the same color. Yes. But paprika, of course, will give you an orange color, something different. All right, so basically we're just going to toss our tomato puree in, our pepper, onions, and all of that in, and toss in our seafood when we're done frying up our fish. So it's pretty easy, very easy recipe.
I don't know if you can see how very little oil I have. This is health stuff, man. You don't need a lot of oil to do anything. Yeah. I don't know why we always saturate everything with oil.
Everything with oil, right?
It's ridiculous. But yeah, just use a little bit of oil. A good pan would always make your job easier because it doesn't stick. So yeah, shout out to the pan people.
Yeah. Go pan. Go pan.
But yeah.
Okay. So we are moving over from the kitchen to give you some feel-good music that will set you right into the weekend, guys. I know it's just Thursday, but hey, there's nothing wrong with a little groove. Over in the garden with Yomi and Abe and the awesome band. Hello, guys.
All right. Well, Friday came early. The weekend came early for us here on Wake Up Nigeria. And I've got here with me Mr. Abe and the awesome band behind me. Absolutely amazing. Well done.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining us this morning on Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
How's it going? All right, so and Abe right here is going to be doing a special rendition of the songs for us. Now, you play as a live band, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've been doing this for about 7 years.
7 years.
Together. And everybody has been with you for 7 years.
Of course,
Absolutely
yes.
amazing. So how's it been? So talk to us about what the journey has been for you.
Well, smooth. It's very smooth. We give thanks to God Almighty. He's been with us all the way.
Wow, wow. So as a live band, you do weddings,
Wedding, birthday, housewarming, anything. Just call us.
But I love your flavor as the sound is coming out. I know that you can't be cheap.
At all.
You're not cheap. You're probably like 1.5, 2 million.
2 million, 3 million.
Hey! Because I saw your watch, I was like, this guy, this guy is not a small guy, man. All right, so you're going to be doing something special for us. So I'm just going to step out of the way and then come back. But I'm going to be dancing in the corner.
No one.
All right.
Yeah. Okay now. Adore ọmọ elédè ló ń péré. Ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ọmọ lọ́rọ̀ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Kí lẹ wí? Adore ọmọ elédè ló ń péré. Ọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ ọmọ lọ́rọ̀ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Ọ̀sán ló ń péde. Ọmọ awẹ́ ṣọlá mi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀. Bí ọdún ní kí. Lélelélelélelélele. Okay. Ọ̀sán mi ló péré, ọmọ aṣọ ìṣọ́lá mi ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ bí ọdún ní kí. Lélelélelélelélele. Every night Sunday, we boy dey fly to Dubai. All the way from Nigeria, French job for Dubai. I travel to America just to go check man for home. In my belly, people who make me leave me alone. When money no dey, people dey carry me play. Everybody run away. When money no dey, nah. People dey use me dey play. When money no dey, nobody look at my face. Bam bam bam, bam 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 bam, bam 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 bam. Oh oh yeah. What you see in my hand is true. What I feel in your hands, oh, is love. You're telling me, baby, I am falling for you. Baby, get to my heart, out the body. I see my heart, out the body, baby, girl, I wanna dance for you. Yeah, I wanna dance for you, baby. Sing for you, baby. I wanna dance for you, baby. See, your love is very strong, oh. It's very strong, oh. I mean, your love is very strong, yeah. It's very strong, Diana. I wanna take you away. Diana, my baby. I mean, I am there forever. Diana. This I wanna take you away. Diana, my baby. Awesome. Yeah, ego, 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 irumulowo, kò ṣe fàṣù. I got to know how to spend my money. Irumulowo, kò ṣe fàṣù. Let's go. Ego, 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 ego. Mo láyé tèmi, báwo ni o ṣe wà? Lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́. Okay. Wake up, Naija. Ẹ̀yin sí Naija, báwo ni o ṣe wà? Lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́lẹ́. Only you are grace, yes, you are. Oh no. You walk upon the sea, you raise the river. Great majesty, my God, yes. Everything within about
All right, great stuff. Oh, sorry, you can't blame me. I'm enjoying good music and there's nothing wrong with that. So while I'm dancing, Chef Ayola is cooking.
Yes.
Amazing
yes,
stuff.
yes.
All right, so just in case you're just joining us, we are making spaghetti and seafood stir fry. And yes, for the music, you'll be enjoying that, more of that later on the show. So don't go around. The Abbey and Awesome Band are still here with us. So here in the kitchen, of course, Chef Ayola is cooking up her own special seafood storm.
Don't kill me. That's seafood storm.
All right, so where are we at right now?
We're at base 2 with the spaghetti.
Okay.
Actually, you might have to help me drain that out. Is that possible, Emin?
Okay.
Or is that too much for you?
Yeah, it's actually too much for me, girl. Look at me all looking glammy, just want to mess up.
I'm not messing up your swag, but yeah.
You are.
After we do that, I'm going to show you how to do the...
You want to rain on my parade this morning?
No, I'm sorry. But you want to eat soggy spaghetti?
I'll drain that out for you. Okay, so whilst you know, let our viewers know where you are right now.
Okay.
I'll do that for you.
Okay, so I'm at the point where I am going to put a bit of oil.
Yeah.
In the pan.
Okay.
And then season the oil with turmeric. Like I said, I wanted to give the spaghetti a bit of color.
Okay.
When I do that, I'll throw in your strained spaghetti. Leave it to cook for another maybe 1 or 2 minutes just for the color to enter the spaghetti, and pretty much done.
All right.
Add the sauce.
So I've drained.
Oh, perfect. Thank you, darling. Bit of oil.
Okay. That's vegetable oil, yeah?
Yes, it is. And then once that gets hot,
okay,
I beg you do me a favor and put a little bit of onion and Maggi. Just a little bit of onion and Maggi. I'll cut this off for you.
Okay.
So that you can use that when the...
All right, you know what? I'm
gets
just
hot.
going to help you stir this up.
Okay.
So in here... Why are you laughing?
Because I knew you're running away from all these things. Like you just...
Yeah, yeah.
Diva mode.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough.
Well, actually, that's what happens here on Wake Up Nigeria. We always have fun here in the kitchen.
Always a turn up.
Yeah.
Okay, so chopping the onions.
Okay.
Seasoning my oil a little bit with stock cube.
So we're gonna throw in, pour in a little bit of turmeric, add in our spaghetti, and that's ready to go, right?
Yes. Pretty much.
Okay, so we're moving on to the second half of the show, Ayola.
Yes.
I know they paid too much attention to us in the kitchen today. Yeah, enough for one morning, guys, right? All right, so there's so much more on the show. You don't want to miss any part of it. Stay with us.
Well, every single edition of Wake Up Nigeria has a mission.
It's
to
actually
stuff the room with the aroma of, you know,
good food.
Great food, always great food.
And to fill your living room with great music.
Yeah.
Did you hear that band?
Ooh, fantastic, man. That's
Amazing
Abby
stuff.
and the awesome band right there. Really, really awesome. And of course, the plan is always to ensure that, you know, you get in that mood. And the weekend started early for us on the show. I tell
So,
you that.
this particular week has been great and it's still getting better. So you need to stay right there in front of your screen or indeed take us along with you as we start the day like a boss. My name is Titilayo Onyison.
And I'm Yomi Okwe. And don't forget, of course, we're online right now.
Yeah.
We're live on Facebook, so you can check us out at TVC Connect.
Yes,
of course, if you want to participate, use the hashtag WakeUpNigeria.
Yes, indeed.
Now, very
you're-
shortly, we have something
I was
special
like, you're
happening.
waving this book around like it's a weapon.
Man, you know, when I look through this book, it's a book of poetry, but it's very interesting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and you know, it's a good book to have
Yes,
this time of the year.
It's called The Men That Couldn't Love Me. Why does that sound so familiar?
Yeah, the men that couldn't love me, and some flower boys too. I want to ask some questions about that. Of course, when she joins us, we're going to find out what she means. So it's a collection of poems by M. Chidi Okorie, and we're going to be talking to her about it.
Yes, indeed. And then it's on to a display of sculpted works from our visual artist for today, Ido Shonaya. And from that, we'll be moving on to a discussion with our guest for the day.
Arinze Okonkwo, he is a Nollywood actor.
Yes,
Once you see him, you know him.
Yeah. That sculptor matter, man. Look
Yeah,
at those
absolutely
sculptures.
amazing. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh, darling, I'm so sorry.
What time is it by your watch?
Joe showed up late.
Oh, wait. When did Joe become a shareholder in this company?
Well, he's my personal assistant.
Your personal assistant, my foot. Look, all this madness has to stop, and it must stop now.
What is it?
All right, people.
Oh, dearie.
There's a conversation that's going online that's, you know, causing quite an uproar online. And it has, okay, so there's this lady, apparently she's a HR admin. So she was telling her her experience. Okay, she's looking to hire, you know, people, and this girl wants to. I think she's a copper. So the minute the lady walked into her office, she already sized her up from head to toe, and she already had the impression that the girl was going to be arrogant and not want to work.
Wow. Okay.
And then she decided, okay, let her, you know, pry a little further. And then she looks outside and she sees that the girl parked a Lexus SUV outside.
Okay.
And so she just came to the conclusion that, okay, no, this one is not going to be serious. She's not going to, I can't hire her.
Okay.
And then she got quite a backlash because everyone came at her like, Madam, you haven't even given the girl an opportunity. You haven't even given her a chance here. You haven't even heard her, you know.
So you just saw her and
you just saw her and just concluded
her.
that this one cannot do anything, so
okay,
I can't hire her.
But just to play, you know, devil's advocate here,
Yeah.
I'm thinking as someone trying to employ, you know, someone to my labor force,
Yeah.
no matter what it is they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
I probably had some bad experiences. I probably had some spoilt brats come in that their, you know, parents have, you know, given them everything, and
Yeah.
then they're not hungry for the job.
Exactly,
So
exactly.
if I think of you as someone that's not hungry for the, I don't think you're
But
going to
that's an
do
impression.
a good enough
For
job
me, I like that you use the word impression because first impressions matter the most. So even in an interview, there are non-verbal signs that you give off. So sometimes even before you arrive, they've checked out your social media. They want to see what kind of person you are and all of
well,
that.
true.
So if she walked in and she gave off the vibe that she's going to be arrogant, you can feel it. So yeah. So like
it
you
wasn't
said,
Where do you,
wasn't
but,
jealousy.
okay, yeah, I know
It
that you
wasn't
can't draw.
jealousy.
No, it's not jealousy. It has absolutely nothing to do with jealousy. But then how do you draw the line between, you know, separating that person's personality from their from their skill? Because it's your skill you're employing. That's what you're going to work.
Skill
That's
is
what
not
you
enough.
need.
I feel that basically,
Skill is not
like it or not, we humans are psychological. We're really not logical most times. So we tend to make impressions from what we see. And so, and everyone wants to form Sherlock Holmes. I want to look at you and I know where you've been yesterday. So I summarize that conjecture and so, well, I don't know. We don't know the circumstances surrounding the exact
No,
situation.
but if you're looking for a job, once you walk into the place, you should humble yourself. There's a look. There's a look for someone who's looking for a job. It's different if they're even if they're employing you as the MD of the company. There's still a certain kind of deference for whoever is going to be interviewed.
Kathy the dancer put up a post just 2 days ago. She was trying to employ a digital assistant, someone for digital communications and all that. And they were asking, you know, who are you to ask me my qualifications? You don't have qualifications. Yeah, they were asking. She put it on a page. It's right there. You know, it was,
You have crazy
honestly,
people. You have crazy
there's
people.
some crazy
I remember Mike was
candidates
talking
out
about
there.
one interview that he had, you know.
Table. Wow. Table just broke.
Wow.
Table just
Yummy
broke.
went there.
And Mike was the humblest guy. Very humble. All right, so this week for our book chat, we're talking about a very interesting book. Right here with me in my hand, The Men That Couldn't Love Me and Some Flower Boys Too. I think TT should have taken this interview, really, so that you guys can talk about the men that couldn't love you both and all of that. Now, it's by M. Chidi Okorie, and she's joining us this morning. This book is pretty interesting and strange, and I'll tell you why. You're laughing. Because from the get-go, you know, I already, you know, thought, okay, well, her style is a bit different from what you would normally see. It's good to have you join us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk about this title of this book, Men That Couldn't Love You. Yeah. So are we talking about people that you were in a relationship or something was supposed to happen and didn't happen, and, you know, or all of the above?
All of the above.
So how about the Flower Boys? Who are they?
So let's say a different meaning to 2.5 Men.
Right,
You get?
right, yeah. Okay,
Yes.
okay. Okay, so nice. I mean, I looked through this book. I was really, and it's an easy read. You know,
Yes.
you just go from one to the other. Now there are 47 poems in this book. Are we talking about 47 guys?
No. No, please, no, not
Okay,
47.
so not 47 guys.
No, no,
yeah,
no.
because you
not
said
at all.
the men that couldn't love me. So I just thought, okay, looks like Chidi has.
No.
Yeah,
No,
she's
my mom is probably
been
watching, so no.
around. Okay, okay. All right, so not 47 guys.
Not 47
But one of the things that I also wanted to ask was, are there people who, if they picked up this book and read it, they would say, Chidi's talking about me.
Well, that's the twist to it, right?
Yeah.
So when you pick it up, I didn't name any names. So if your conscience is kind of, playing with you, you're like, okay, maybe she's talking about me, maybe she's not. So I just leave you to be the judge of that.
Yeah. Now there's one here, the 18th one it's not paginated, but
Yes.
the one on page 18, I
Yes.
would call it page 18,
Yes.
where it talks about pain, and it
Yes.
says, I can't stand it, the pain. Can you stand this, the pain?
Yes.
Why? No pressure, but why? Even in death, I have loved you.
Yes.
There, were you talking about a physical death or the death of a relationship or a broken heart?
The death of a relationship and a friendship, right? So death is a lot of things. People die differently. There's a physical death and then there are other kinds of death, right? So this was one that, when you look for closure and you cannot understand why something happened,
Right.
you get, and then you just have to take it as it is and just move on. But at some point, you think about it and you ask yourself, why did this happen? And if you don't have answers, you just stick with it for the rest of your life. But at different points in your life, that question comes back. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? Why did this happen?
Exactly.
So usually, I kind of have do this emotional burial for lost love.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I mean by even in death,
Yeah.
I have loved you. So sometimes you have to just, it's not easy letting go. Eventually, it takes a whole lot of process.
Yeah.
So even after you say, you know what, I'm done with this, you want to go, that's fine, I'm going to. But at the back of your mind, deep down, you really want to know, why did this happen the way it did?
Yeah. Now, here's a question for you. Psychologists say that everyone who comes into your life, whether it's a relationship or a friendship, they live a part of themselves with you.
Yes.
Is that what you also experienced while writing this? Because I wanted to know what your mind was when you're writing some of these poems.
Okay, so most of the time when I write a poem or when I write a piece, usually before now it will be the spur of the moment.
Yeah.
As it happens to me, I want to record it. I want to write exactly how I feel. So yes, there is the part of people who have left, who, of course, they leave pieces of themselves with me. And usually, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Depends on what they leave with you. And then that is what you use to create memoirs or memories and, write poems too.
Yeah. Now, there are, of course, like I said, there are 47 here. But there will be some that would be very impactful. Maybe they left a specific mark. And I want you to go there right now and read one of those to us. They left like a strong impression on your psyche and your person.
Okay.
I know there are many.
Yes. So poem 26?
26.
Yes.
26, okay.
So here I am. Are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So here I am, waiting on you, waiting for you to breathe. All you do is just exhale. All you do is just lie still. You should tell me to go. Don't tell me I'm a grown woman. Don't tell me to think for myself. Every time I think, you come alive, and all I think of is you. They have called me foolish again. I am sleeping with the enemy. But I know this enemy. I know this devil. Tell me to go. Tell me to go. Tell me to go, please.
Wow, absolutely amazing. I love it. It's really good.
Thank you.
Okay, so there's another one here that I thought was quite nice. 32, poem 32, where it talks about the abundance of unreasonable hope.
Yes.
Which is sort of like what people also feel when they go in and out of different relationships before they eventually find what you might call the life partner. Why is it important to always have hope from one relationship to the other?
So from a personal point,
Yeah.
it's never say never with love, right? I'm a strong believer of and in love. I love love. I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm an
It's
emotional
obvious.
person, and I'm very passionate.
You wrote a whole book about it, so
I'm
not
very
everybody
passionate.
does that,
I'm
yeah.
very passionate about love. So I believe that because a relationship or a friendship or whatever didn't work out nicely, doesn't mean that
The next one.
I should lose hope. And it also doesn't mean that the next one might be as successful as I want it to be. But the thing is, regardless of how it turns out, stay strong, keep standing.
Wow, I love this book. It's
Thank you,
fantastic.
thank you,
It's really
thank you
great.
very
And
much.
all the ladies here have been reading, and
Thank
it's
you.
really. Thank you so much, M. Chidi Okorie.
Thank
this
you
is
for
the book.
having me.
The Men That Couldn't Love Me and Some Flower Boys too. You didn't tell me about those Flower Boys, but it's fine.
You didn't ask.
Okay, okay, all right. So, but it's good. Thank you so much. You
you,
can find
Pam.
this book online as well.
So it's on Amazon for those who are outside the country. For now, you cannot find it in any bookstore yet.
yet, okay.
Yeah, so if you need to get a copy, just send me a message on my social media handles, Mari Chidi for Facebook, and for Instagram and Twitter, and for Facebook,
That's Mari
Chidi Okorie.
All right. All right, Mari Chidi Okorie. Thank you so much.
Thank
All right,
you
so
for having
now
me.
we're heading to the garden where some sculpting is taking place. Oh, no, Mike. Mike is in the open space for us. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, Flower Boys. Okay, we need to ask so that I'll later find out from you what that means. But hey, it's our art segment this morning. I've got a renowned artist, Idowu Shonaya, in the house. It's great to have you. He
Nice
has
to
a specialization
meet you.
in sculpture. It's great to have you. Welcome. So let's get straight to it. This is quite a wonderful piece. Let me see what these people are saying. Calm down. Wow. Okay, so what is this called? What's the title of this piece?
Well, this piece is titled Father and Child, and it has to do with parenthood, fatherhood per se.
Wow.
You
What inspired this artwork?
Well, this was something that I thought about way back in 1999.
That was
Yeah.
1999.
Way back in 1999, and I just remember the conversation that used to go on between myself and my dad.
Okay.
And I just tried to capture that.
In this, right?
This, yeah. So it gave me some kind of memories, about our relationship together.
Right, what's the material used in this, and how does it, let's take us through the process of putting a sculpture like this together.
Well, this process is, this particular medium is called fiberglass.
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 Okay.
It's made with resin, and with some other agents as well. The process is started with clay, with modeling in clay.
All right.
Then from there, you take your mold, and from the mold, you take a cast. This can also be transferred into bronze medium. But at this level where it is now, it is still in fiberglass medium.
Oh, is this finished, or you're saying you can process it?
Yeah,
further?
I can still process it further into bronze.
All right.
But just to capture the idea, we can first of all process it in fiberglass.
Okay.
And fiberglass is a complete work on its own, but you can upgrade to another
yes,
higher material, which
okay,
is bronze.
continue the processing and
Yeah.
all of that. What is it? Okay, so what's the time frame? How long will it take to get something like this on the average?
Well, it depends on the artist. Some artists are slow,
So, yeah.
while some are fast.
Okay. But on the
But
average?
on the average, well, it will take like a week to get
All right.
this out.
This
on
is
the
good because you
average.
have to allow for some drying. I know there are some processes you have to allow.
You have to
Where
build the
there's-
concept.
Okay.
You have to, in fact, you have to start from the drawing stage. You have to take your sketch,
Definitely.
know where you are going. Then from the sketch stage, you start modeling. Then from modeling, you take your mold.
Okay.
You take your cast.
All right.
You know.
Now, there's something right behind you. You don't need to talk. Don't worry. They'll try to see. But then this is made in steel or irons of some sort, and it looks extremely hard to put together. Can you tell us what type of artwork that is?
Well, it's still the same sculpture.
Okay.
It's still the same class of sculpture because some sculptures are made of metal, while some are made of fiberglass, some are made of wood.
Wood, all right, yeah.
It depends. Some are made of stone. So this particular one is made of metal, and I decided to make it in form of wall hanging. You know, I just needed something that can fit into homes. You know, this idea was developed out of burglary proof.
Okay.
Yeah, the kind of burglary proof
So
you
if I wanted to design my full burglary proof, I get something like this.
You
all
can
through.
get something like
This
this.
is nice. This is nice.
So instead of just having the conventional burglary proof in your home, you can have something like this. You know, that at the same time is protecting you, and at the same time
there is the beautification
it's giving
purpose.
you some aesthetic value as well. So that's the concept.
All right, and now on the average, how financially viable is this? How in the market moving, somebody wants to get something like this, how financially viable is this?
Well, actually, artworks are invaluable.
Well, that's true to a large extent.
Yeah, they are invaluable, but at the same time, you know, there's business in every work. So we try to capture what we do into a form of business. You understand? Apart from the passion that we have for it, apart from the pleasure that we get from it. So from the business angle, I always try to make sure that, you know, I can sell my artwork to anybody that loves it. So from that angle, well, it depends on the kind of concept, the kind of artwork,
okay,
the
well,
kind of
let's
material.
talk about this one now. You spoke about the story about it was inspired by your father when he was talking to you. If you're putting something like let's talk about this one that's in front of us now. If you're putting something like this, and I want to get it in the market, how much would I spend?
Yeah, you can budget, let's say, from 200 upward. Well, you are just saying, hey, if you convert that to, it's because the naira is so devalued. So
okay, so you are sculpting the dollar value.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
But just a final word for upcoming people who want to invest their talent in the arts and sculpting and all that. What word would you have for them? Just a final word.
Yeah, I'll just ask them to to read very well, to study the history of art very well. Then from there, they should also make sure that they train themselves very well by working constantly.
All right.
Because practice makes perfection, you know. Right. So once they keep doing that, and they should not lose the focus on the marketing aspect of it.
Right.
You know, that is also...
Thank you, Mr. Edu. It was good having you.
Thank you.
All right. That's all we can take on this segment. We'll take a break. And, of course, we'll return with a final discussion. Don't go nowhere.
Welcome back. Wake Up Nigeria continues now. We're getting up close and personal with our celebrity guest for the day.
Of course, with over 20 years, when you put in 20 years in a business,
yes, sir,
you become a big man, obviously. I mean, once you see him, you know. Arinze Okonkwo certainly has become a household name. He's the man.
Yes, sir.
You know, and of course, he knows his audience. He knows what to do. When you see him on the screen, he has that presence that you need.
And you just recognize him.
To make the role happen.
Is that guy? Remember?
Yeah. And his voice also, you know. I wonder why you never did something on radio. Because you have a very powerful voice.
Okay, talking about the voice, because I sing. I sing as well.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Constant,
I saw the... Okay, yeah, I think I've seen...
I'm in the choir.
Okay, you're
my
in
church,
choir.
Fountain of Life Church. Yeah.
Okay.
So
all right.
Okay. So
Welcome to
those guys in the back that make everywhere vibrate.
Okay, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
Bass now.
Oh, okay.
The guys in the back.
Okay. Maybe. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
All right, now, so we've been chatting off screen. It might interest you to know that he used to also be a model.
That would, in another life, Abby?
No. He used to also be a model. We used to meet at castings together.
Yeah, those days, yeah.
Yes, that was before the belly came into play. I'm just
no,
joking.
but this not much. This flat. What's that? 6 packs now. What's
See, you know why I love Lagos?
Yeah.
You know, everybody has a story. Like when you, especially people in you know, in the entertainment industry, TV and everything, they tell you different things of what they've done before they
there's always a
here.
starting point for
Yeah.
everyone.
So talk to us about your starting point.
It depends on what area you want me to talk about, the movie or the modeling.
Let's talk about the movies.
Okay, fine. For movie, it all started 23 years ago. Yeah, I guess as much. Actually came in, I think, 95. Then I gained admission to University of Obafemi Awolowo University, so I had to pull out. Then I came back fully 2001. Yeah. So since then, I've been, I'm still.
Well, that's some 18 good years that you've invested.
Yeah. If you really want to act, if you really want to add that up to when I started, that's why I said up to 20 years.
Wow, amazing.
But I'm wondering, what was it that pulled you in? Was it that you just had some free time and then you were like, you know what, I just don't want to be idle. Let me see if I can act. Or was it something you always wanted to do?
Okay, for me, it all started, you know, I started as a model those days, and there was this ad that we did, the Maltina ad.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, so...
were you in the ad? You were in the Maltina?
I think she did some too.
I'm reserving my comments now.
So I know she did some, I know she did. So there was this ad we did, I think it was with Rosabelle.
Okay.
And I played the lead in the ad, and the way I did everything, I talked, and the director just said, come, I think you'll be good in movies. Why don't you try? And I said, okay, fine. If I see any audition, I will go. Then my sister already invited me for one, Dolly Unachuku. I'm sure you.
Oh, right, of course.
Yes, she's my elder sister.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so she was the one that brought me into Nollywood. Then Neck Video, the man that did
Neck Videos.
Neck Videos, yeah. The man that did Glamour Girls, I guess, yeah. So I featured in Glamour Girls Part 2.
Okay.
Not Part 1. I think that was my second movie, and I played 5 scenes. You know, I was the younger lover to Eukarya Anunobi. Yeah.
The younger lover.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It looks like the title of a movie.
Yeah.
The Younger Lover.
Yeah, really. If I want to play that, I will put that, the younger lover.
Yes, sir. But I'm thinking, what was that like a light bulb? You know what? This is where I'm going, or you know, it was just paying the bills at the time.
I just needed to do something extra for me, and I wanted to know if that could work. And when I did that, it paid off. Neck paid me. I think that was my. I think he paid me like 20,000, no, 15,000. That was the very first time, and I'm like, to me, it was big. I was so happy, and it bought me so many things, and I'm like, wow, so this could go on. And from there, I started going for casting, started going for auditions and everything. Then I did one with Oprah Williams. That was Deadly Affair. Yeah,
Wow.
Deadly Affair.
Yeah,
Those
okay, I
days.
remember that film.
Yeah, Deadly Affair
Yeah.
with Dolly Unachuku, Isabella. And it all started from there.
But you know how family can be.
Yeah.
When they, okay, so you just said you were the younger lover. The family are like, our son is starring as younger lover to Eukarya. That, like, did they give you any issues when you started acting?
So was it issues or was it support?
More like support, no issues. It's more like support because they've always known that I could end up there because of what I do, the singing, the modeling, and when I got into acting, they were like, wow, okay, Shago, Shape is what you want to do, so do it. And
They never stopped you.
No,
I mean, this is the
nobody
first time I'm hearing that.
No, nobody stopped me.
And because you already had like an elder sister that was in the business,
exactly.
It also
So,
made it a bit easier. Now talk to us. I mean, you're one of the guys that when you look at this new generation people, you are in this new generation, but you started way back. So that means you have a track record of about 20 years.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of evolution over the past 10 years particularly.
Yeah.
Now that you're a producer, what are the big opportunities that you feel are now available in the 21st century and all these things that we're seeing and changes that we're seeing in the movie industry?
It depends on which area you want to look at. Every day you wake up, there's an opportunity for everyone. You know, the industry is very big, and you can't just say you can be there alone. You know, as you grow, other people are coming up, you know, and they are there to do what you think you know how to do best. So for me, like when the new generation came up, they were calling themselves the new Nollywood. And I'm like, there's nothing like new Nollywood and old Nollywood. Nollywood is Nollywood. You just do your part, I do my part. You know, but because the old ones have made the way for them, and they are now here, they're enjoying it. Those days when we used to go to National Theatre, you do your casting, you make sure you get your role by merit. Not because I know you, not because you're my friend to this producer, no. Because you merited it and the role was given to you those days. But now, there's a click thing, oh, he's my friend, let's try him, and blah, blah, blah. Sometimes you see some role and like, why would this guy do this role? He doesn't even look like it, he doesn't fit in. You know, but if you get a role by merit, I think it will help you a lot.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And speaking of roles, you have a lot of strong male figure roles in your films. Is it because of your build? Is it because of your voice? What is it? What is it that the producer or the director is looking out for once they meet you?
As an actor, anybody who says he's an actor, you should have a presence. You know, there's something called presence, where anywhere you appear, people will like, wow. It might be your build, it might be the way you talk, it might be your mannerism, your comportment, what you believe in. There must be something that is working for you. For ladies as well, it might be your beauty or your smile. Or your mannerism, as in the way you interact with people. So there must be something that is working for you. And everybody knows what is working for him or her. Like me, I know what is working for me. So anywhere I go and you tell me I don't fit in, I said, wow, okay, just give me the scripts. Let me read. And by the time I finish reading, Oga, please sit down. You have this role.
Yeah. Wow.
That is it.
Wow.
Because
so
I know what is inside of me. I know what is inside of me. And when I open it up.
So I want to take on a role now. I want to take on, the role of accompanying you to the kitchen and telling you to sit down.
Yeah,
the food is for
we're going to give you your reward for 20 years of hard work.
Yes.
That's really
Are you sure you can pay me?
Incidentally, you have an award from City People, like an achievement award,
recognition,
a recognition award from City People. Well done, well done for that.
Wow.
So this is.
Wow.
This is MM, and that's our chef, Chef Viola.
Hi. Chef Viola. Okay, white sauce.
Yes.
And this morning she's made. Viola, you want to tell them?
I thought you were going to do it.
No, go ahead.
Okay, so this is essentially what we told the viewers to do, and then we decided to do other things with the ingredients that we had. So what you have here is basically a trio of almost, do you like fish?
Wait, first of all, is this a real food?
Yes, now.
Are you serious?
No, I'm asking.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
and it's for me?
Yes.
And it was made here on the show. While you were waiting, just over there, we just thought,
you know,
let's
we
put
treat our
something
guests
together very
specially.
nicely for you very quickly.
This is small for me.
So fresh.
There's more.
The quantity is very small. I don't eat food like
So
this.
it was for tasting.
Okay.
Not for belly-fulling.
So
I needed to
to
ask.
dig in and let us know what you think.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is basically fish in spaghetti. So your regular sardine mixture with peppers and whatnot. Then this is the stir fry mixed in with the spaghetti when it's white, with a bit of snail and peppers.
Ooh.
And then this is what I told the viewers to do, the turmeric-based rice with the stir fry sauce and two different fishes.
Turmeric-based pasta. You said rice.
I said spaghetti.
Oh, you said rice.
Oh, wow. I love rice that much.
Ayola, well done, man. This is beautiful. Really
Thank
nice.
you.
Okay,
Well,
so start from anywhere.
Which one are you trying first?
The sauce has to go with that if you're going to mix it, because the spaghetti is pretty much...
Okay, let me try the fish first.
Okay.
And while that is going on, a big thank you to our friends over at Homely NG. As usual, thank you so much for the kitchen accessories on the show.
Of course, Fola, you know we love you. Thank you for making my hair look so fly. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you and all the other guests that have been on the show today.
All right, Irene J. Okongo, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Amazing.
So what do you
why?
Oh,
Thanks.
beautiful.
All right, so we're heading to the garden now, where our man and the amazing band is right there with us,
Yes, sir.
taking us away into the weekend.
Your
Bye,
weekend has
guys.
started today.
Awesome. Hey, Joe. Kini, kini. Sorry, mo kini. Kini, kini. Sorry, mo kini. Yeah, kini kwa Aramanda. Aramanda ni iṣẹ́ Olúwa. Kò máa sọ ń tọ́ lọ́rùn ò lè ṣe. Yíba. Ee, àbẹ̀ ọ̀sán ló. Ọ̀sán máa bẹ̀ lù kọrin tuntun. Yeah, bàbá dára sí mi, ṣọ́bẹ̀ mi ló pèdè yó, àbẹ̀ ọ̀sán. Yóbà, 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 òṣè. Bóyá yóbà, ṣọmọ ṣe gbádùn, ọmọ tó ní kàgbá yìí, kó wá kàn bá oyún. Kili somebody, ọmọ mẹ́ta kan kárí á, ọmọ mẹ́ta bí wọ́n ń dọ́sìn. Òṣè. Bóyá tó kìtà. Yóò Fine, get one for my escape. We are still living on and on. So many girls won't block my way.